for all, and I am bringing you Cancer's 6 month reading. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do different spreads for all these readings, whatever I'm called to do. And so, I'm looking at these stones. This first one right here, I don't know if you can see it. It has this distinctive little marking right here. It's a split. It's a defining split, right? This is one stone. This is another. Even before, when I first started thinking about your reading, I didn't get the chance to write anything, have any dreams or anything, which really kind of told me something. It told me that you guys would be receiving, you know, the information about these dreams and things like that yourself. So I got to thinking, okay, well that's not weird, especially since you have the crow here. I shuffled these cards to see what's at the bottom, to see what the general energy is, because I was just going in blind, right? I was going in with no information whatsoever, other than a phrase, something like "before it's too late." So it gave like a sense of like hurry up, right? And but then again, um, before it was like before something passes by, right? And so I drew, I took out a color. It's an orange color, so I don't know what it is, but we'll see how that ties into all of this. Might be, uh, that's gonna be a good phrase for the end. I think I know what color that is. Anyways, the crow here, it's about being spiritually strong, and also it's about being creative and watchful. So watching out for your thoughts, watching out for your emotions, watching out for your actions, things like that. Those are things that need to be taken care of, right? And so the crow, as the book says, has long been a symbol of magic. Crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. And it's said that the crow holds within its mind three realities: past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Now, I kind of got this sense of unclear or unclarity when I first seen this, because when I opened up the book, it went to the air signs. Right next to it was the earth sign, so there was this sense of like needing to ground, right? That was the message I was getting. And then, so I ended up reading the subject matter for the air signs. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and read it, but after I finish this here. So, let me see. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. So, something about studying, something about mastering something, seems to come to mind. I believe that it's going to be something that you're going to be using for the greater good. So, I would assume that because this seven right here is here, it's asking you to analyze things. Now, you're going to get the chance to hear when Mercury goes retrograde, I believe, August 23rd. Um, so, I mean, just this reading alone, it gave me that idea like it's not about winning, right? Because everything has its divine timing and everything has its divine purpose. It's about enjoying it. Now, it's about doing what you have to do, right? Doing your duty and doing it dutifully and doing it joyfully, right? Doing it with gusto, right? And that's why the hearts are here. I'm fairly certain that that means that when you put your heart into something and you actually do it with gusto, regardless of whether it's something that you're supposed to do or not, it actually helps you in the end because it makes you happy for having done something that um, that you were perfectly there for, right? And so when I look at this crow energy, it kind of gives me the idea that like you guys are in your minds, maybe worrying about things, maybe worrying about winning, whatever that means. And so I got the idea that it was not about winning, but it's about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and basing your happiness on your own accomplishments as opposed to other people. Now, I don't know if it's yourself Cancer, or if it's somebody else that's trying to influence you. Could be an Aquarius or a Scorpio. Um, I feel like it's necessary for you to understand how to transmute that energy. Now, when you're out of ground, or when you're ungrounded and hypersensitive, is when you know that you're out of balance with that crow spirit. And also, you can use things like daily meditation practices and things like that to get you to bring that energy back into being. Now, um, one thing is that I wanted to say is, okay, so the other stone here was euconite. Euconite is one of the stones that is for emotional healing. It's also for emotional grounding. Can also be used for physical grounding too. However, this stone here has this special ability of allowing you to kind of see into the past. You know, see into your past lives and things like that. So something about the crow connects with this euconite here, and this euconite was actually calling to me when it was in the bag, so I ended up taking it out. Now, I feel like it's going to play a very, very important role, so I'll just go ahead and put that there. One thing I will say about the euconite too is that if you really pay attention to the energy of the euconite, it's very grounding. It's a transmuting energy. So I kind of feel like there is going to be some type of transmutation process going on for you, and we're gonna see what that is, right, Cancer? So I'm just gonna draw one of these cards for. I would say let's go with every month. Let's go with the nearest, or at least the ones at the top for what's this month? July. It's already gonna be the end for August, September, October, November, December, and then January. Okay, so up till January, we're gonna pull a card for each of these. Let's see what the energy is like for you. Okay, Cancer. Hello there. Whenever you want to go ahead and say something, go ahead. Right after this Cancer reading, what I'm gonna do is I was thinking about holding the I was thinking about holding this open, maybe getting some people in, but at the same time I was thinking just do another live and then get it on from there. All right, so Cancer for August. Oh, it's about retreating into yourself. See, the month of August is going to bring retreat for a lot of people. It's going to bring it for August, most importantly. September seems to be a month of work. I feel like July isn't going to be too much of a month of work left over. I mean, there's not too much left. You guys may have been doing a lot of work during the month of July, but September is really going to be a month where you can solidify your own emotions and things like that. See, this is a very emotional time for you guys. Oh, a Ma upside down. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move my cards this way. Go ahead and move this way. Okay. Alright, so and then I'll go ahead and put the other three here. Alright. October. It's gonna be one of those months. Oh, okay. October is gonna be one of those months where you're not to follow the crowd. You're not to do anything too with the flow of things. I feel like you should follow your own flow during the month of October. Yeah, because during the month of November, you're gonna need to find your voice, and during the month of December, this is where this whole thing of trying to figure out, the past, present, and future at the same time will have its effects of trouble. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and do another reading for you, Cancer, but like later on, it's gonna be an astrology reading where I can kind of sit down and take notes and take a look to see what's gonna happen during these months. Okay. Yes. Okay, because there's going to be a sense of consciousness and awakening and things like that in January. Um, Not exactly sure how that bear fits in there, but it's going to help you to build the resources to be able to go a long way. You got the camel at the end, and the camel understands what it has and what it needs and where it needs to go to get it. So it kind of calculates all of that just on its own, doesn't really need the help of anything or anyone. Life is pretty good for the camel. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw some of these cards to see what the feelings are going to be like. I imagine that the feelings in October are going to be rather decisive. I have the feeling that in October there's going to be some type of sense of a decision or some kind. Now, this decision might be centered around this need to either be happy, the sense of philanthropy, might be having to do something with reanalyzing your sense of what you consider victory, right? Okay, so the Sage in the reverse. That's an interesting one. Oh, the need to be honest with oneself in September. Okay. Now remember that when you have the collection of the Pixies, the energy tends to be something mischievous. You might want to get yourself into trouble or do things that might get you prone or might be prone to get you in trouble. I would say don't fall for it. Just be honest with yourself. Let me see, that Sage is really calling to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the page. Wisdom, hidden knowledge, and okay, so when the wisdom of the Sage is blocked, artificial or inappropriate boundaries are set between different aspects of life. Oh, okay. And we become unable to apply learning in one sphere to other aspects of life. Our information is withheld, kept secret when it could be a benefit to others. Okay, so Cancer, I feel like you have some type of experience that's going to allow you to be able to help others, and that's what this 9 is about. I think you really have to understand what makes you happy in order for you to figure out the key to this. For me, really what made me happy was just following whatever it is that my heart desired. For me, I have my moon in Sagittarius, so wherever my moon goes, my energy flows, right? And so if you have any energy that you're withholding from the world, any information, any secrets or anything like that, it's time that it's time that you share it, because it'll be a benefit to you and it'll be a benefit to others, which would in turn keep that thing going back and forth. And it's crazy because the Ra is right there at the bottom, so it's telling me that there's a lot of energy that you can muster up here during the month of August and September. Make sure, and this is just advice, that you don't tell yourself that you know everything there is to know or everything you need to know about something. That tends to be a way to block all of that information from coming in. At its worst, knowledge and experience are channeled towards the destruction of the self or others if we don't really help to rein this energy of the Sage. So, I mean, I think it's really for your sake that you rein in this energy so you don't twist the Sage's accumulation of facts and use them against people. So I have this card right here. It's the 5 of Swords in the reverse. kind of gives me the feeling like you're wanting to win, but in the reverse, really, it means more of like compromise and things like that. And even if it doesn't mean compromise directly in the sense for this one or for this reading, I kind of had the feeling um, like what would really make you happy, right? Because I mean, you can compromise and maybe lose out. You can compromise and other people can leave and leave you lonely, right? So the idea is having patience. It is about retreat because when the sage comes out and the oyster is there, I mean, you're gonna definitely retreat into your shell for the month of August. It's not bad. It's not bad. Sometimes the crabs need to retreat, right? So let's see. Your reading is going to be shorter than a lot of the other ones. Yep. The need to reach unity. Okay. Oh, I mean, you're going to reach unity as far as I mean, as long as you don't follow the crowd, catcher. Because in October, there seem to be things coming to an end, completion. I believe that in the month of October, something is going to reach completion, and you're going to be reaching unity with that energy, which is good. I think that's good. I feel like there's a change in you. There's a rising of consciousness, and right now it's just the inklings, Cancer. But I think you'll be feeling it more as time goes on because um, this energy, this energy that I'm feeling, if if I have it correctly, in November, there's going to be a very solid decision made to keep your mouth shut. Um, Normally, I would say that you should say, you say what you need to say to the universe, but we'll go ahead and see what this nightingale is sending energy to, because I don't think it's the necessary need to be quiet or to hold your tongue. I think you're rather decisive about what it is that you need to say or what it is that you want to say, what your emotions and things like that are. By the time you reach the month of November, maybe even right now for some of you guys with the sage right there. Look at this, the wild, okay. December is going to be very interesting. 12, that's a 3. Okay, yeah. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting month for you guys in December. I have to go into the book for that. Okay. And, okay. So, in the month of January, there's going to be a necessary need to be courageous. And the number 8 plays a very, very great role in terms of the month of January. Whatever it is that you come to learn here in the month of August and September is going to allow you to reach unity in the month of October, allowing you to understand where your energy can be sent to. Now, perhaps maybe some of you guys could benefit from getting a past life reading in October. Perhaps maybe you can go ahead and wear a euconite when you do that. That would be a very interesting thing. Maybe let me know what that experience is like if you guys decide to do that, and go ahead and put it into the comments. That would be a rather interesting thing to find out and discuss. I'm also open to opening like those dual YouTube thingies where you can bring a friend on and have little discussions about stones, have discussions about whatever, Okay, so back to the reading. Okay, so yes, in the month of December, there's a necessary need to understand the past because the bird is facing in the left back angle, and so Louis Wild, he's giving me an eye wink. Something about haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, balance. There's a necessary need for balance. Okay, so that's where the balance is going to be necessary for during the month of December. Understanding what it means to be balanced, because December might go fast, especially with the with the Christmas season full underway, right? And there's going to be a lot of feeling to do things spontaneously. If you have the finances, do it. If you don't, I would say have some balance. Don't be so hasty. Also, I think when it comes to this whole reading, it's talking about not being so hasty, because the fire. I mean, the movement and the energy of Luithis can be destructive, right? Just like the sage. But at the same time, if we're honest with ourselves and we know our pace, then we shouldn't feel the need to hurry, or we shouldn't feel the need to lag behind, right, Cancer? So I think that's really what it's saying. And the Singer of Courage is just telling you that trust the universe, because as the universe moves you forward, you really don't have to worry too much about anything. And at the same time, you're allowed to be who you are. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put out some of these Rider Waite. And so how have you guys been, Cancer? I know I haven't done a reading for you guys in a long time. It's all good, you know? We do what we do, we do what we must, we do what we can when we can, right? Alright. Okay, so in the month of August, there is completion energy. Now, I'm fairly certain that this will work its way towards how you move yourself forward, right? Dutifully honest to yourself so that you could be honest to others, Cancer. And not following the crowd, but rather doing your own thing. Yeah. As far as September really is about releasing yourself from your fears, your worries, your anxieties, right? And I feel that that's necessary, because if you're really going to be met with some type of situation in January that's going to test your courage, you're going to need to be able to understand that so long as you do your duty, you know, things should work in the way that they need to work, right, Cancer? Alright. Indecision going on in the month of October. Okay, so August and September really is a time for you to figure yourself out. Now, if I had to take the Sage and the Eight of Swords in the reverse, I feel like that is calling me to tell you, you know what, I feel like you understand those things that keep you bonded, but at the same time, you're more at ease with, telling yourself whatever it is that you tell yourself. And I don't think that that's very conducive to you now. I feel like it doesn't really help you anymore. There's a necessary need to shift. So that rock with the two layers, I feel like it's the necessary need for you to shift into a different layer, right? A different form of existence, which is good. Because August and September would allow you the ability to do that. Now, in the month of October, I feel that you're going to reach unity with yourself, but I think you're going to reach unity with the universe. You're going to reach some type of unity consciousness. And I feel like that's going to help a lot with any situations that you run into where you might experience some type of indecision, because you have the Two of Swords there. Now, the Two of Swords with unity, this would tell me that, like, okay, so, because some of you guys might still have, like, that consistent worry that, like, well, what if I'm not successful, because if I don't follow, the crowd, if I don't follow, what whatever everybody else is doing, what if I'm not successful, right? Well, if you do exactly what you're doing and you do what you need to do and you stay true to yourself, then, I mean, there shouldn't be any reason of why you don't uh, reach some type of success, or you don't like um, where you reach some type of like connection to source, Why is that Two of Swords there in the reverse? Oh wait, no, you know what? Yeah, okay, so I think I was reading it wrong. No, I wasn't reading it wrong. No, yeah. You reach a certain sense of being able to have, the decisions. Because again, if you go from the oyster to the honesty card in the reverse to the Two of Swords in the reverse, what ends up happening is that I feel like as the Two of Swords upright talks about being unable to decide, the Two of Swords in the reverse means having a firm decision, right? So if you go from October to November, you've already made your decision in October, so in November your feelings are there. See, the sword suit is the mind. So when you're talking about grounding yourself in August, so that in September and October you have the ability to reach some type of decision-making process mindset, right? Then what ends up happening is you have a true sense of yourself, which is a very, very important aspect of reaching unity with yourself. But look at this. You're able to cut yourself away from your bonds. In a sense, you're able to see. You're able to see and understand. And that is what is allowing you to reach a full and firm understanding and decision-making process. Now, I wonder what that nightingale is there for. Because that nightingale in the reverse, looking at this, I know there's something more to it. There's gotta be. Okay, so the moth. Yeah. Don't be impulsive. Don't be hasty. Don't be wishful. Be enthusiastic about what you're doing in the month of October, because very, very big changes happen from there. And also, I would say, Cancer, don't get discouraged when, you feel like you're kind of falling away from your purpose. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in its divine right timing as necessary. And there's no need to hurry anything, because it all gets done when it needs to, precisely when it needs to. Kind of like the wizard in the Lord of the Rings, right? He says, the wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to, and I believe him. Okay, so this nightingale, if it's in the reverse meaning, it means that, okay, so Cancer, maybe, if you really think about it, Cancer has been the only, I would say that Cancer is one of those signs that has the ability to be shy. They don't really say too much unless they blow up, right? Like hot water. Now, try listening to some music, and as you listen to music, meditate, because that will help to balance a lot of that energy of the nightingale, but also a lot of that energy of the collective of pixies in the reverse, where you want to get into mischief and stuff. So when you have it in balance, you're gonna feel like you're singing, or you're gonna feel like singing, and you're going to be able to speak freely with kindness. That's a very, very good trait to have. Now, I feel that's why it's important, because October and November is a very, very grounding energy type time. Very much a preparation for December. Yeah, see? There you go, Cancer. Something ends in the month of November. Something comes to a complete stop. Now, something kind of comes to a good end, a good financial outcome, I would say, is something that you can experience in August if you play your cards right and if you don't self sabotage that opportunity. But in the month of November, it's a very very interesting month because you've already said what I'm guessing you've already said what needs to be said from August to October. And you've already come to a firm understanding of how you feel. You've made your choice. And the 10 of Swords there is just like a definitive like line in the sand, right? So let's see what happens in December. Ooh, things are getting hot. All right. Things are getting so hot. Oh, what happens in December? Oh, I'm definitely going to be doing a reading for you guys. Oh, astrology reading for the month of December. Yes, okay. You guys are going to have to hold me to that, alright? What happens in December? Maybe that's what I'll title the, maybe that's what I'll subtitle the video. What happens in December? Okay. Hold on. Before I do anything else, I need to get me another. Alright, so this break is brought to you by Welch's Fruit Snacks. Now, Welch's doesn't really sponsor this tarot reading. However, if they could, somebody message me. I love these things. I would eat these things every day, okay? Every day. So, Cancer. August and September is very interesting because if you don't self-sabotage the situation or the opportunity that presents itself and really, really, see things from a different perspective. When the hangman is in the reverse and at the bottom of the spread, that means that when it comes down to it, really, really pay attention. You don't want this opportunity to pass you up because I almost feel like it's a test from the universe for you to see how honest you are with yourself. Also, how hard you can work, right? Even under the strain and pressure of feeling like you don't know your way, you don't know your path, don't worry about that. You're walking a specific path because in October, you're going to come to a definitive decision-making process in your mind that would have started in September if you could successfully hermit yourself in August. When the Mercury retrograde starts to kick in, that's when you're going to receive the full benefit of all of this, okay? The full benefit of figuring this information out. Now, the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, did you see that? That thing just flew out right now. Oh my God. Okay. Where were we? Where were we? Okay. All right. We were in October, right? Okay, so in the month of October, 7 seems to be something very, very important. Now, Seven of Pentacles, think about things very, very clearly because I feel, okay, so it's a test to see how honest you are with yourself. The universe is going to test you, Cancer, in the month of August or September. One of those, very much I feel, is going to be in September because of the beaver. Now, the moth is telling me that so long as you walk your own path and you stay integral to yourself, and you stay honest to yourself, which is going to help you stay honest with others, stay emotionally grounded, right? You're going to reach unity in October. Why? Because your mind needs to be clear. You need to be clear in order to have that unity with Source. Unity with Source is going to be necessary because there's going to be an end of something. I feel very much it's going to be something emotional because of, well, mental, it's going to be something emotional that's been weighing on your mind. A heartbreak of some kind. You're going to want to be hasty. Don't be hasty, Cancer. There's something that you can learn from this. I feel if you meditate on it, you might have the ability to find out where these emotions come from. Like figure, it's almost like, what would I say? It's like you're going to be illuminated to something about your emotions that go back to your past, maybe even past life. Now, within these 6 months, I don't see the cycle itself ending. The courage that you build up here in the month of August to October is going to be very, very necessary as you come to a new sense of awakening and consciousness in January. Oh, okay. The Eight of Cups next to the Eight of Swords. Okay, yes, very emotional, very mental. Now, the 7 to the 8, it's a rising energy. Like this is an energy that you've been dealing with for a while, and it's actually going to reach an end, a climax, there in the month of November, Cancer. Oh man, this is crazy. Another 787. If you guys have been seeing 787, Cancer, let me know in the comments. Let me see if my comments are actually live chat. All messages are visible. Okay. Okay, so in the month of October, it's going to be another 7 energy. That 7 energy is going to help you make very, very decisive decisions in your mind. Maybe not yet in the emotional sphere or in the physical sphere for you, Cancer, but you're definitely going to reach some type of unity in your emotions, walking your own path, and having that understanding that, you know, there's a lot of different things that you'll be able to choose in the month of in the month of October, but only one decision is going to reach that end, right? So this is where it's necessary for you to be aware of. I feel like it's being aware of your way out, because this isn't one of those ones where you're just gonna fly and that's it, and you know, whatever happens happens. I almost feel like some of you guys might be followed by a stalker. So there's going to be changes going on. 5 of Diamonds. If the hearts are cups and the that means the diamonds are wands. So the 5 of Wands. Yeah. I very much feel like there's going to be a fight in November, and December is going to be the breakup. Let me know what happens to you guys, November and December, okay? If there's a fight in November and then the breakup in December, and in January there's this sense of kind of like coming up to a conclusion, but also coming to a new awareness and understanding of what was happening in things. This very much feels relationship oriented. We're gonna go ahead and see what those dice roll. But regardless, though, I feel like in December there's going to be a decision. There's going to be a decision. Two of Cups energy. Yes, there's going to be a decision. I very much feel it's going to be a breakup. Yes, communication. 3 of Pentacles energy. Yeah. I feel like people are going. I feel okay. So I feel like this is a situation maybe dealing with 3 people. Maybe the third person is a mediator of some kind. I don't see any 7 of Swords energy, so I don't think it's a liar, cheater, stealer type of thing. I feel very much like this person kept you kept you worried sick. How about that? Kept you worried sick about something. Yeah, you weren't happy in the relationship, that's for sure, Cancer. You weren't happy at all. Yeah. Two of Cups energy. So, I mean, it could be possible that you run into a new person in January. I mean, if you play your cards right, there's a lot of bad energy that you can drop by the month of January. And although I don't think there's going to be a full walking away from things until after these 6 months, I very much feel that, you're going to have the ability to, at the very least, unmask things and even look and even just to like kind of look at the prospect of healing. Okay, so with the Ace of Spades, Ace of Swords, throughout this whole process, you are going to come to a new way of realizing things, a new way of understanding things, and a new way of just doing things in general. Very much do your own thing vibes. And I feel like as you do that, life is going to turn a lot better for you. One thing you got to realize, Cancer, is that you have the resources within you, and you also have the know-how. You have the spiritual knowledge because you trust your intuition, but you also have the physical knowledge because you trust your experience as well. So that is a double plus, right? Okay, so we're going to draw some number cards here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and roll the die and see how your reading progresses. Okay. So, there is an element of your potential to succeed. Don't allow what happens in November and December to knock you off of that. You've been given endless talents to which you begin to utilize, right? Utilize them today in the month of July. Don't wait. All right? Don't wait until all of this starts to kick in in order to utilize those talents and skills that you've been given. And also, I listen to my intuition and trust my inner guidance, right? So that's what the spirit was telling you right now. And that's going to help you to give you that solid balance for January's time, and not only for January's time, but for November and December going into January. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just shuffle these cards back in here again, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and draw them. 4. Okay, so I trust myself to make the right decision. So in the month of August, really take the time to trust yourself to make the right decision by trusting your intuition. If anybody has a connection to intuition, that would be you, Cancer. You have connection to the moon. That moon that's right behind you. Go ahead and tap into that power, right? 10 of Swords, or 10 of Wands. My efforts are being supported by the universe. My dreams manifest into reality before my eyes. Well, there you go. You see, everything is being supported by the universe in divine timing. That's why we don't need to hurry any type of process, because everything is happening as it needs to, when it needs to, and you don't have to fret, Cancer. Even now as I'm doing your reading, I didn't have any worries about when I was going to do it, or when I was going to do it, how I was going to do it, if I was going to be able to do it during your birthday. By the way, happy belated birthday, Cancer. Now, everything's happening as it needs to, when it needs to, all for the greater purpose, right? So, in the month of October, really pay attention to your gifts and talents, because this card keeps popping out. I think in the month of October, it's going to be tested as well. So you're going to have a little mini test within this test. It's going to be a test by the universe to see if you can utilize the talents that the universe has given you. These talents, these gifts, these skills, these abilities, they come from your ability to understand your reality, understand your decisions, and how your decisions can affect your reality. And if you understand that, you've reached new levels of consciousness. Okay, November, you're going to have to be courageous, right? And I very much feel that you are going to be courageous. That courage that you have in November, go ahead and carry that on into January. So long as you stay strong, you're going to be able to stand up for yourself and not have anybody bully you around, try to convince you or persuade you of changing your decisions, because that is what narcissists do, right? They take you off of your path. They don't like to see you better than them. Okay, oh, this is a good one. The King of Diamonds. I am adventurous. I overcome fears by following my dreams. Okay, so that Euchanite was talking about if you tell a Euchanite your dreams and your aspirations, and as weird as it might seem, it will come true because of the power of resonance, but at the same time because the Euchanite, for whatever reason, has the ability to instill the vibration for you to be able to do so. So in the month of December, just trust yourself, be adventurous, and allow yourself to overcome your fears by facing them head on. Now, in January, I wonder if whatever this is going on, or whatever it is that this is going on, is going to be a breakup. So, like, the separation is going to be somewhere in between December and January. Well, let's see. 5 and 7 is 1 and 2, so 12. Okay, but that doesn't really help me. 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 9, 9. 9 was the beginning. 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Don't be hasty. 3, 3, 3. Victory's tasty. 3, 3, 3. Victory made me. Okay, being adventurous, having a sense of intuition. December, 3, 3, 3, 3. Standing up for yourself. Maybe at 3:33, it's see, that still doesn't give me 12-3, 13, no. 12-3, 2023. Maybe 12-3, 2023 is when this breakup will occur, or at least when the heartbreak will occur. Maybe that's when you have your past life reading on the 3rd. Maybe on the 3rd, the 6th, or the 9th. Either one of those, Cancer. I feel like you can. Well, if it's about communication, or if it's about just getting information, the 3rd. If you really want to figure out what it is that you need to do in order to change your life, or to change the aspects of this whole thing to something better than on the 6th. But this is something that you're gonna have to repeat and kind of like put your effort into every day. And if it's 9, then it's something that you're gonna have to realize. For you, it's gonna be. You're gonna realize something, and it's gonna break your heart, but it's going to be something that is going to make you happy, and that happens between the month of December and January, probably on the 9th on the 3rd, on the 6th, one of those, is when you're able to have this past life reading, and who knows, maybe on the 9th is when the breakup happens for your sense of happiness, right? Okay. 9. Okay, so then 9 seems to be rather important in this. I achieve my own self-worth. My confidence is growing. Yes, okay, so by January, you're going to be growing your confidence. Now, being courageous and being confident is not the same thing. The energy of the King of Wands is very courageous, but, I mean, it's very confident, but it if it's the king, yes, he has courage. So this courage can be developed in the month of December as you start to find your new power, right? Because you're able to stand up for yourself in November whenever this argument occurs, right? Not being hasty with your decision or being hasty with your words, but rather being very, very clear, very, very clear with your communication is what's going to allow you to be able to be as adventurous as necessary to make the changes that are necessary in order for you to move into I feel it's a limbo space for you in the month of January, because you come to a new sense of consciousness and awakening. That's what the bear is about. The bear is waking up, shifting your spiritual muscles and understanding what it is that's necessary moving forward. You see, he's looking forward, the crow is looking back, right? Looking back on the month of September. So there may be something here that the crow can learn, or that you can learn, that could be useful for you in the month of December, back in the month of September. Now, courage is going to be necessary here in this month as you limbo. You might feel like you're lost. You might feel like you might not know where you're going, but there is a cycle that's going to be ending soon enough. You just have to be strong and courageous of heart. The Two of Cups has the lion right above it, and so does the world right there in the bottom corner. So regardless of how you feel during the month of November when the argument takes place or when the fight takes place, and then December when the separation happens, you're going to be able to acknowledge your own self-worth right after that. And then you'll be able to have a confidence that's soaring and growing. Yes, because at the bottom of it is the Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Clubs. It's the Earth energy. And this card calls for you to, today, I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. Oh, okay. So if you guys have been thinking about taking up new, more positive habits, today's the day. Why are you waiting, right? Okay. So as I roll these die, I want to go ahead and see where they land. At the same time, I want to see what this crayon is, right? Okay, so October, be courageous. Actually, this energy of courageousness in October is going to be very useful for the following 3 months, okay? Hold on to that energy. Be adventurous like Sagittarius, right? Go ahead and understand the details of what's going on in October, because that's going to lead to the structure that you're going to build for the next 3 months thereafter. So there's a certain sense of knowing that you have about all of this. There's an 11 here, so you don't know exactly what's going to happen because it's in the reverse. However, you do have a sense of understanding that there is something that's about to take place. In the month of November, you have that the Five of Wands. So very much a fight of some kind. But your decision is already set, so you're good. Between December and January, during the new year or the shift into the new year, it's going to be a necessary need for you to communicate with other people. This will help you make decisions, right? The two energy that it shares here will allow for the changes that are necessary for the world card to play itself out, right? I think there's a necessary need to understand that life is Gouda, right? Life is Gouda when everything moves according to a certain plan, right? All right, just be yourself. August to September, there is a building of your own in your own genuine energy, your own genuine uh, self, your own genuine core energy of honesty, integrity, all of those things. There's going to be a very, very big shift in your energy from August and September. And I feel August and September is like you're building a portal as to what it is that you want. And then you're walking through it during October. And as you're walking through this portal, the other side of this portal is this fight or this battle, this discussion that you have going on, where you already have your decision made. There's nothing that can sway you, right? December, the cutoff, right? January, the sense of finding yourself, emotionally balancing. Make sure you get yourself a eucanite. If I had my store up, you guys would be able to buy it from me specifically. But okay, so during August to September, there's going to be a very, very big buildup of energy. It's meant to be very, very south node driven energy, but it's south node driven energy that's transmuted in a very big way to help you with your sense of control and power over your own life and your own sense of sovereignty. That is one crazy half year going on for you, Cancer. Holy smackaroos. Sweet Jeebus. I can't even like begin to like say you know what? I'll just end it there. Woo! Astrology reading for you guys. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm probably gonna get onto it right away because this seems pretty exciting. So you guys take care. To everybody who has been a subscriber for a while now, thank you. For those of you who just joined, thank you too. And for those of you who understand that these videos aren't going to be so consistent yet, but that stick with me and set up those notification bells, you're gonna understand that these videos are going to come out whenever they need to. Alright guys, so with that being said, you guys take care and I will see you on the next video.